So in the part one, actually, I explained to you what is depreciation. Just briefly revising, depreciation is a decrease, gradual and permanent decrease in the value of the asset due to wear and tear, due to passage of time, or you can say fluctuation of time, or due to obsolescence. So these are main reasons, rather we can say. Okay. Now, it is very important to understand what is the accounting treatment, how to calculate. I explained you yesterday two methods of depreciation. One is called as the fixed installment method, also called as the straight line method, also called as the original cost method. Okay. And then I explained about the reducing balance method. वो explanation थोड़ा बाकी है, वो सब करना है. In this lecture, I'm going to explain you the rest of the part of the theory. Okay. So your complete concentration is now required. I'm going for the screen sharing for you. So yesterday we were at page number 216, 216. Okay. And now these are some of the examples which are given to you. Rather, one example is given to you where how the fixed installment method is coming up, that is given to you. The original cost of the asset is 80,000. It is the total value of the asset which is given to you. And the depreciation is charged at the rate 10% per annum at a fixed installment method, also called as the straight line method, also called as the original cost method. Then the amount of depreciation will be computed as follows. Depreciation per annum first year 80,000, 10%. That is a 10 upon 100 is 8,000 per annum. And the return down value, matlab what is the value left after charging depreciation is called as a return down value. Value left after charging depreciation. म्हणजे depreciation minus केल्यानंतर किती व्हॅल्यू उरली तर त्याला रिटर्न डाउन व्हॅल्यू असं म्हणतात. 80,000 minus 8,000 म्हणजे 80,000 is the value of the asset, 8,000 is the amount of depreciation, minus करून किती आले 72,000. That is at the end of the first year. Depreciation for second year, again 10% of 80,000. Why 10% or 80,000? Because the method is fixed installment method, where we are calculating the percentage of depreciation always on the original value. Always, every year on the original value. So 80,000 का 10% कितना आने वाला है? वही आने वाला है 8,000 rupees. Okay. So that is the depreciation for second year. And what is the return down value now? So last year return down value was 72,000. 72,000 minus 8,000 is becoming now 64,000 at the end of second year. Third year में क्या होने वाला है? Depreciation is again same 8,000 per annum. And what is the return down value now? 64,000 minus 8,000. It is going to be 56,000. And the depreciation in fourth year, again 8,000. And what is the return down value? 56,000 minus 8,000. It is going to be 48,000 at the end of the fourth year. So hereby you can understand that at the end of 10th year, what will happen? The amount of the return down value, that is the balance of the asset, will become zero. But 11th year में depreciation आप charge नहीं कर पाओगे. किसके ऊपर charge करोगे? Okay, क्योंकि asset तो खत्म हो गया. When the asset is reaching to the zero value or a scrap value, the depreciation cannot be charged. Remember my words. Now note, in this method, depreciation is charged every year on the original cost of the asset. The amount of depreciation to be charged per year on the asset is constant. If the amount of depreciation is plotted annually on a graph paper and the points are joined together, then the graph will reveal a parallel line to x-axis. That's why this method is also called as a straight line method. Now this particular graph which is presented to you, just to explain why it is called as a straight line method, because see, ये जो है मतलब ग्राफ जो है, the graph कैसे आने वाला है? It is a parallel to x-axis. Okay, here you can see on the y-axis the amount of depreciation is given to you, which is 8,000, 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, 10,000. Other values are not important for us. only 8,000 important for us because that is the annual depreciation. And year-wise, first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, and onward, the depreciation is remaining constant. मतलब depreciation तो उतना ही आने वाला है आपका, उसमें तो कोई चेंज नहीं आने वाला है. ओके, मतलब ये लाइंस इस तरह से आएगा. मतलब अभी मैं ड्राइंग कर रहा हूँ इसलिए मेरा स्ट्रेट लाइन नहीं आएगा, but it is coming something like this. It is coming something like this, and so it is becoming a straight line. Straight line here. Okay, and so as per diagram you can observe that this how it is becoming straight line. Okay, but you don't have any diagrams. हाँ, आपको मतलब अकाउंट्स में कोई डायग्राम वगैरह नहीं होता. हाँ, अकाउंट्सला एकच गोष्ट असते ते म्हणजे लाईन मारायचा, जर्नल, लेजर, बस आवडत असतं. So you don't bother about the graph paper and all that. ते सगळं डोक्यातनं काढा. Now second method is the diminishing or reducing balance, or also called as the written down value method. Okay. Under this method, depreciation is calculated at a certain percentage each year on the balance of the asset. Very, 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 very important. On the balance of the asset. Okay. Which is brought forward from the previous year. Previous year. मतलब जो बैलेंस आगे आता है उसके ऊपर हम लोग डेप्रिसिएशन चार्ज करते हैं. In other words, under this method, depreciation is calculated at a specific percentage of the value of the asset which stands in the books of accounts on the opening date of each year. मैं प्रत्येक वर्षी जो ओपनिंग बैलेंस येईल त्याला डेप्रिसिएशन लावायचं. हर साल जो ओपनिंग बैलेंस आने वाला है उसके ऊपर आपको डेप्रिसिएशन चार्ज करना है. ओके. So here the depreciation is changing. I can say not only changing but reducing. That's why it is called as a reducing balance method or diminishing balance method. Okay. And why it is called as a written down value method? Because we are calculating the depreciation on the written down value. इथे बघा, let us compare. In the fixed installment method, the depreciation is calculated on the original cost of the asset every year. But in this method, we are calculating the depreciation on the balance of the asset, that is on the written down value after charging depreciation. Okay. The amount of depreciation charged per year is not fixed. It is not fixed. It is not fixed. But it goes on decreasing gradually as the opening balance of the asset will decrease in each year. The charges depreciation, okay, in initial periods are higher than those in the latter period. But initially depreciation ज्यादा होगा, लेकिन धीरे धीरे आपका depreciation का amount कम होने वाला है. Now what will happen due to this? The value of the asset will never become zero. In the fixed installment method, the value of the asset is becoming zero. But in the case of this particular diminishing balance method, the value of the asset is never becoming zero, because whenever you are charging 10%, 90% is always remaining. मग depreciation कधीपासून नाही चार्ज करायचं? When you are reaching to the scrap value. क्योंकि भंगार का जो प्राइस होता है, वैल्यू होता है, उसके ऊपर कभी डेप्रिसिएशन नहीं लगता दोस्तों. चलो एग्जांपल देखते हैं. Original cost of the asset is 80,000. Depreciation is charged at the rate 10% per annum under written down value method. Then the amount of depreciation will be computed as follows. First year तो 80,000 ही आने वाला है. 80,000 का 10% 8,000 आने वाला है. No change in that. And what is the written down value? 80,000 minus 8,000, 72,000 at the end of the first year. Second year में depreciation change होगा. देखो ये अच्छी तरह से. In second year, we are calculating 10% of the written down value. मतलब आपका depreciation का amount change हो गया, change भी हो गया, reduce भी हो गया. It is not only changing, but it is reducing. पहले 8,000 था, now it is becoming 7,200. Third year, what will happen? Now, first of all, calculate the written down value. 72,000 minus 7,200. It is 64,800 at the end of the second year. Then depreciation at in third year, that is 10% of 64,800, that is becoming 6,480. You can see the depreciation is changed and now again reduced. चेंज भी हो गया, कम भी हो गया. Then thereafter return on value, that is 64,800, मतलब ये opening balance, minus 6,480, that is the depreciation for third year. So what is the remaining value is now 58,320 at the end of third year. Now fourth year, depreciation for fourth year, again the return down value of third year. Third year का return down value पहले ले लो, मतलब balance ले लो, 58,320. On that 10% is 5,832. So again the depreciation is changing, and we can say the depreciation is again reducing. कम हो गया. Okay. And now what is the return down value left? That is 58,320 last year return down value or balance. Return down value मैंने कहा है balance. Depreciation minus करून जी amount येते तर त्याला return down value असं म्हणतात. That is only called as the return down value. Simple. Okay. वहां से हमने depreciation minus किया current year का 5,832. So what is the balance left is 52,488 at the end of fourth year. Now note, in this method, depreciation is charged on the original cost in the first year only, and from next year it is charged on the return down value of an asset. Okay, मैं यहाँ पे आपको बोलना चाहूँगा that if you are having textbook now, you can write here on balance of asset. Okay. On balance of asset, it should be calculated on balance of asset. Return down value मध्ये काय assetच्या balance वर आपण depreciation काढतो of an asset. It is charged on the opening balance every year. That is the opening balance. Okay. Now look at the diagram. The amount of depreciation charged during each year of the asset life goes on decreasing every year. If the charge of depreciation is plotted annually on the graph paper and the point joined together, then the graph paper will reveal as follows. देखो, you can see here now. The depreciation is by and large changing. The depreciation, आपका depreciation change हो रहा है. Okay. First year it is 8,000. Second year it is becoming 7,200. Third year it is becoming 6,480. Then 5,832 fourth year में आएगा. So in this way it is reducing. You can see this particular diagram and you can say about the diagram that this particular diagram is a hyperbola. Okay, which is showing the proportionate change in the amount. But the amount may be proportionate change होता है. So that's why this particular diagram is, it is sloping downward, and it is hyperbola, rectangular hyperbola. Okay, so coming in this way. Then thereafter, this is difference between fixed installment method and return down value method is given to you. Okay, I think you should read it. I already explained to you. तो इसके explanation में ज़्यादा जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. फिर भी अगर चाहते हैं तो हम लोग ऐसे ही देख लेंगे. Meaning, under fixed installment method, under this method, depreciation per year on the asset remains fixed. Under this method, depreciation per year on the asset goes on reducing, changing and reducing. Charge on original cost. Here it is charge on the reduced balance of the asset. That is on the balance of the asset. Amount of depreciation remains same each year under fixed installment method. But under return down value method, it goes on decreasing each year. Value of fixed asset. Under fixed installment method, value of the fixed asset can be reduced to zero. Now why they are using can be reduced to zero? तो क्योंकि अगर scrap value दिया है तो scrap value तक reduce हो जाएगा, और अगर scrap value नहीं है then it is becoming zero. Okay. And what is about this? याच्याबद्दल काय म्हणता येईल? Value of the fixed asset cannot be reduced to zero, but it can reach to scrap value. Okay, scrap value ला जाणार. Profits are more in a fixed installment method में आएगा. profits are more during earlier years of the life of the asset, okay, than the latter years. And here profits are less during earlier years than the latter years. Why? Because here actually in the fixed installment, we are charging the depreciation every year same amount. In the written down value method, we are charging in the initial years more depreciation. So profit is less. लेकिन बाद में depreciation कम होता है तो profit is more. Recognition, that is a tax or law. This fixed installment method is not recognized by tax, income tax. In practical life, always, almost all industries, they are using a written down value method because this is recognized by tax laws. This is not recognized. Suitability. The method is suitable for where repair charges are less and obsolescence not frequent. Okay, I can say that fixed installment method is useful for the asset like a building, lease hold property, उसके लिए वो suitable है. But for any other asset like machinery, furniture, okay, equipment, उसके लिए कौन सा method होना चाहिए? Written down value method. This method is suitable where repair charges are more in later years and obsolescence also more. मतलब यहाँ पे जो फिक्स इंस्टॉलमेंट में ऐसे एसेट होने चाहिए जहां पे रिपेयर्स कम है और ऑब्सोलेंसेस भी कम है, मतलब आउटडेटेड होता नहीं जल्दी. रिटर्न डाउन वैल्यू का कैसा है? इट इज एक्चुअली हैविंग मोर रिपेयर्स इन द लेटर ईयर. यू टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ मोटर कार आपने 10 साल यूज किया, 10 साल के बाद 5 साल के बाद ही उसमें रिपेयर ज्यादा होता है, ऑब्सोलेंसेस भी ज्यादा होता है. ओके, मतलब आउटडेटेड भी इमीडिएटली हो जाता है. So the method is suitable for those assets. And depreciation curve, the fixed installment depreciation curve is a straight line, while this is actually the curve slopes downward from left to right, downward and left to right. Okay, and now we are moving towards the very important discussion, that is accounting treatment, the last part of the theory. Journal entries, okay, under both the methods are same and they are as under. Very important to understand. The entries are same. The accounting treatment is the same in both the methods. Only the way of calculation is different. म्हणजे कॅल्क्युलेशन करायची पद्धत वेगळी आहे, पण अकाउंटिंग ट्रीटमेंट, जर्नल एंट्रीज, लेजर अकाउंट सगळं सेम आहे. नाउ ए, इन द ईयर ऑफ परचेस, जेव्हा तुम्ही परचेस करता, whenever you are purchasing the asset, for purchase of asset for cash, entry asset account debit to cash or bank. For example, machinery purchase, machinery account debit to cash or bank, or computer purchase, computer account debit to cash or bank, furniture purchase, furniture account debit to cash or bank. For purchase of the asset on credit, asset account debit to supplier or party account. For example, it is purchased from Hindustan Tools Limited. Then machinery account debit to Hindustan Tools Limited account because that is purchased on credit. For other incidental expenses incurred to put the asset into operation, like erection charges, fixation charges, commissioning or trial charges, okay, transport expenses are added in the value. उसका एंट्री आने वाला है एसेट अकाउंट डेबिट टू कैश और बैंक. नॉर्मली होता क्या मैं बताता हूं. फॉर एग्जांपल, द मशीनरी इज परचेज फॉर रुपीज 95,000. आपने एक मशीनरी परचेज किया जिसका वैल्यू 95,000 है, और बाद में आपने उसके लिए 5,000 रुपीज पेड फॉर इंसिडेंटल चार्जेस, ओके, टू एक्चुअली पुट द मशीनरी इन द प्रॉपर यूज. Now these two amounts are added, and then only one entry is taken, asset account debit to cash or bank, or asset account debit to supplier, like this. Normally supplier कोई इंस्टॉलेशन चार्जेस करने वाला नहीं है. अगर आपने क्रेडिट के ऊपर परचेज किया है तो उसका एंट्री कंबाइंड एंट्री आना चाहिए. मशीनरी अकाउंट डेबिट 1 लाख रुपीज to Hindustan Tools account 95,000 to cash or bank. To cash or bank for what? For this incidental expenses like erection charges, fixation charges. और अगर आपने कैश में लिया है तो एंट्री तो एक ही आएगा, asset account debit. Say machinery account debit 1 lakh to cash or bank 1 lakh rupees. Very simple. So in this way, you can write this particular entries. So these are the entries for purchasing of the asset. Now, whenever the asset is purchased, मतलब asset आप कभी भी purchase करो, ऐसा नहीं है in beginning only asset is purchased. The asset can be purchased any point of time. फर्स्ट ईयर में एक परचेस किया, सेकंड ईयर में और एक परचेस किया, थर्ड ईयर में और एक परचेस किया. So whenever you are purchasing the asset, what is the journal entry? That is the asset account debit to cash or bank, cash oblique bank account. If it is purchased on credit, asset account debit to supplier or party account. Now for charging the depreciation, I want to explain this particular point more. Okay, I am requesting you to write something. Okay, and that is when the depreciation is charged. Yesterday I told you that depreciation is normally charged at the end of year. Please write here at end of year. मतलब depreciation आप कब charge करते हो? Okay, there are two occasions, and the first and very important is at the end of year. Year end ला depreciation अपन charge करते हो, and secondly it is charged when asset is sold. Now, when depreciation is charged, what is the entry? Depreciation account debit to asset account, being depreciation charge. And when balance of the depreciation account is transferred to profit and loss account, entry profit and loss account debit to depreciation account. Now, why? See, depreciation is a loss, and it is to be transferred to profit and loss account because the depreciation is a nominal account, and all the nominal accounts at the end of the year are to be transferred to profit and loss account. So when the depreciation is charged, again, what is the entry? Depreciation account debit to asset account. And when the depreciation is transferred to profit and loss account, what is the entry? Profit and loss account debit to depreciation account. Now second year onward, for charging depreciation, again at the end of year. Italia, please, at the end of year. Please write here at the end of the year. Again, depreciation account debit to asset account and the profit and loss to depreciation. You can see the entries are same. या दोन entries आलेले आणि या entries same असेल. Now see case during the year of sale, मतलब अगर आपने in between आपने asset sell कर दिया. If you are selling the asset in between or during the year, then what to do? First step, charge the depreciation. पहले जो asset sell किया है आपने उसके ऊपर पहले depreciation लगा दो. For depreciation charge up to the date of sale of the asset. Okay. For depreciation charge up to the sale or up to the date of sale of the asset. Okay. एक example बघू. For example, year is starting on 1st April. 1st April. Listen to me carefully. And one of the asset is sold on 1st October. Okay. Then how many months are there? चला months count करा. April, May, June, July, August, and September end. So there are 6 months. How many months are there? 6 months. Now, if you are calculating 10% depreciation, the depreciation should be calculated for only 6 months. How to calculate? एक example दे दो तुम्हारा. For example, the value of the asset is rupees 50,000. 50,000. On that 10% for full year is 5,000. But that is for full year. We want to calculate for 6 months. तो depreciation तो आपका आधा ही लगेगा ना, क्योंकि आपने 6 months use किया. Okay, depending upon the usage. Okay, so it is going to be 2,500. 2,500 depreciation यायला पाहिजे. So for the depreciation charge up to the date of sale of the asset, entity depreciation account due to asset account. For sale of the asset at book value. Book value मैंने कहा है जितने का asset है उतने में ही sell कर दिया. No profit, no loss. Entry bank account debit to asset. देन सेल ऑफ द एसेट एट प्रॉफिट, प्रॉफिट पे सेल किया, अच्छी बात है. बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट टू एसेट अकाउंट टू प्रॉफिट ऑन सेल ऑफ द एसेट अकाउंट. बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट टू एसेट अकाउंट विद द डब्ल्यूडीवी. डब्ल्यूडीवी म्हणजे काय? बैलेंस. बैलेंस मतलब क्या होता है? मतलब एसेट माइनस डेप्रीसिएशन, मतलब एसेट का वैल्यू. जैसे अभी मैंने बताया था 50,000 का हमारा एसेट है जो हमको सेल करना है. ओके, उसका ओपनिंग बैलेंस 50,000 है और करंट ईयर का डेप्रीसिएशन उसका 2,500 रुपए है. ओके, जो आपने सेल किया 55,000 को, तो आपको आपको ये एंट्री में कैसे लिखना पड़ेगा? देखो, बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट 55,000 रुपीज. ओके, 55,000. अभी आपका वैल्यू कितना है? रिटर्न ऑन वैल्यू 47,500. हाउ कम्स 47,500? 50,000 minus depreciation up to the date of sell, and then what is the profit on sale? Is 7,500. This is the profit on sale, 7,500. So in this way the calculations are required. Do you know that depreciation chapter में क्या important है? You must be able to understand the dates. आपल्याला डेट कळले पाहिजेत, नंबर एक. And you must be able to understand the calculation part. डेट कळले पाहिजे. डेट म्हणजे काय? year wise. Year starting on 1st April ending on 31st March. For example, year starting on 1st April 2019 then ending on 31st March 2020. Okay, that is full year, 12 months. This is called as a financial year. तो वो आपको समझ में आना चाहिए. और ये डेप्रिसिएशन ये कैलकुलेशन पार्ट है ना, वो समझ में आना जरूरी है. Okay, now let us proceed further with the entries that when the what is given here, transfer of the profit to profit and loss account. प्रॉफिट हो गया तो प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट को ट्रांसफर करना पड़ेगा, because that is again nominal account. So entry profit on sale of the asset account due to profit and loss account. Now for the sale of the asset at loss, लॉस पे सेल किया तो फॉर एग्जांपल अभी का एग्जांपल देता हूं आपको मैं. अभी इसका रिटर्न और वैल्यू कितना आ गया था? 47,500 which is sold for 45,000 rupees. तो इसका एंट्री आप कैसे करोगे? अमाउंट वाइज. सोल्ड फॉर 45,000 मतलब कितना मिला? 45,000 मिला. बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट 45,000. लॉस कितना हो गया? 2,500. ओके, हाउ कम्स द लॉस? मैं आपको बताता हूं. बिकॉज व्हाट इज द वैल्यू इज 47,500 and you are selling it for 45,000. म्हणजे ऍसेटची व्हॅल्यू 47,500 आहे आणि तुम्ही केवढ्याला सेल करता? 45,000 ला. काहीतरी वाटलं पाहिजे आपल्याला. काय वाटलं पाहिजे? लॉस झाला एवढंच वाटलं पाहिजे. लॉस आहे, बरोबर. देर इज अ लॉस ऑफ 2,500. Now transferring the loss to profit and loss account, the entries to be taken: profit and loss account due to loss on sale of the asset. Then depreciation on the remaining asset. देखो, अगर हमारे पास 4 एसेट है, 4, एक को सेल कर दिया लेकिन 3 एसेट तो बचा है ना आपके पास. 3 assets are remaining. On that you should calculate depreciation again at the end of the year in which asset are sold. One asset is sold. तो उसका एंट्री आएगा depreciation on the remaining asset if any. असेल तर, अगर एक ही है, एक ही सेल कर दिया तो बात ही खत्म हो गई. लेकिन 2-3 है और एक उसमें से एक सेल कर दिया तो रिमेनिंग एसेट के ऊपर आपको ईयर एंड में डेप्रिसिएशन चार्ज करना पड़ेगा. डेप्रिसिएशन अकाउंट डेबिट टू एसेट अकाउंट एंड it is finally transferred to profit and loss account. Profit and loss account debit to depreciation account. So my dear friend, this is all about the theory part of the depreciation. Okay, I'm going to summarize the theory for you people. Okay, and I'm making it very simple for you. I'll be making very simple for you, but you need to write down. Okay, तुम्ही असं करा, एक आता लिहायला सुरुवात करा. प्लीज स्टार्ट रायटिंग व्हॉट एव्हर आय एम टेलिंग यू नाव. ओके, काय करा माहिती का? यू मेक 2 पार्ट्स ऑफ युअर नोटबुक. नोटबुकच्या तुमच्या पेजचे 2 पार्ट करा. इस तरह से फोल्ड करो पेज फोल्ड करो, पेज को फोल्ड करो. ओके, और यहाँ पे फर्स्ट कॉलम में लिखो particulars, सेकंड कॉलम में लिखो जर्नल एंट्रीज, particulars and journal entries. Right, number one, particulars column में number one लिखना है when asset is purchased, when asset is purchased. Now write in the journal entry column, asset account debit to cash oblique bank, asset account debit to cash oblique bank. Okay, or to suppliers, to suppliers. So this is entry number one. Now number two, particulars column में लिखना है at the end of year depreciation is charged. At the end of the year depreciation is charged. Right. Depreciation account debit to asset account. Depreciation account debit to asset account. Number three. When depreciation is transferred to profit and loss account. Depreciation is transferred to profit and loss account. Entry profit and loss account debit to depreciation account. Profit and loss account debit to depreciation account. Now next, number four. When the asset is sold at profit. Asset is sold at profit. की एंट्री ले चुका आपके सामने देखो स्क्रीन के ऊपर बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट टू एसेट अकाउंट टू प्रॉफिट ऑन सेल अकाउंट. Profit on sale account. Number five. Where asset is sold at loss. Asset is sold at loss. Come on, write this entry. Bank account debit. ये एंट्री लिखना है आपको. This particular entry. Bank account debit, loss on sale of the asset account debit to asset account. This entry. Bank account debit, loss on sale of the asset account debit to asset account. Now last two entries. Huh? Right, next. When profit on sale of asset transferred to profit and loss account. Profit on sale of asset transferred to profit and loss account. This is the entry. Profit on sale account debit to profit and loss account. Profit on sale account debit to profit and loss account. तुमच्या समोर आहे बघा एंट्री आपके सामने है वही देखो. And the last entry now. When the loss on sale of the asset transfer to profit and loss account. Loss transfer केल्यावर एंट्री काय होते हे बघा एंट्री तुमच्या समोर आहे आपके सामने एंट्री है प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट डेबिट टू लॉस ऑन सेल ऑफ एसेट अकाउंट. लॉस ऑन सेल ऑफ एसेट अकाउंट. All right, friends. So the theory part is now finished. Theory part of this depreciation is finished. In tomorrow's lecture, I am taking the problems on the board. Okay. And your complete concentration is required from Ajay Devne. Okay. Okay. So let us meet tomorrow on same time and we'll be solving the problem. Bye, everybody.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.